everyone. So let us study pair of linear equations in two variables. We all know that the linear equations in two variables is represented generally as ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a, b and c are real numbers and they are called as coefficients of equations. Example, if I consider 3x plus 4y is equal to 20, I can write the same equation as 3x plus 4y minus 20 is equal to 0. This equation is same as the general representation ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. On comparing, I can find a value as 3, b value as 4, c value as minus 20. Let me take another example and find what are these coefficients are in the equation. So let us take x minus 2y is equal to 0. Here x again ax form, where if nothing is there as a coefficient of x, 1 will be present. So a value is 1. Minus 2y. So b value is minus 2. But here c is not there. So obviously c value will be 0. So I can write the same equation x minus 2y equal to 0 as x minus 2y minus 0 is equal to 0. Let us take 2x plus 3y minus 9 is equal to 0. By looking at this equation, on comparing with the representation, I can find the value of a as 2, b value as 3, c value as minus 9, right? And one more equation, x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. Here a value is again, if nothing is there, 1 will be present. So a is equal to 1, b value is 2, c value is minus 4. So let us consider these pair of equation and study these two variables, that is x and y here. Now in algebra, the linear equations always represents the lines in the graph. The behavior of the lines are represented by these equations. So if you are go on substituting the value of x and y, you can draw a line in the graph. Now you may say, what is that behavior where you can study these pair of linear equations? Lines may intersect, they may coincide, or they may be parallel with one another. Right? Now such a behavior of the lines can be studied by these two linear equations. Nothing but the pair of linear equation will always represent those type of behavior of the lines. Now you all know that the lines in the graph may intersect, right? So mutually these two pair of lines may be intersecting. Now if that is the behavior of the lines, then we can say that the equation has a unique solution. Nothing but the pair of linear equation has only one solution, one value of x and value of y. So only one will be the solution for such a lines where such a pair of equations where the lines are intersecting with one another. Now if the pair of equation has a unique solution, we call it as a consistent pair of equations. The linear equations are called as consistent pair of equation. Why consistent? Because they are having a solution. For their linear equations, if the linear equation has a unique solution, the lines may be intersecting and it will have a solution. One and only one solution will be present. If the lines are parallel with one another, then the pair of equation will show you no solution. Nothing but they won't have, there will not be any LHS equal to RHS value. Hence, there is an inconsistency in the pair of equation. So, if the lines are parallel with one another, the pair of equation will have no solution and there will be a inconsistency in the pair of equation. So we call it as an inconsistent pair of linear equations. If the lines are if the lines are coinciding, then what will be the solution? Then there will be a infinitely many solutions for the pair of linear equation. We say that there is a distinct common solution. There are differently common solutions. So they are independent pair of equations and are consistent. So you all know consistent is nothing but which has a solution. Now they are independent pair of equation which are having a infinitely many solution. Now if you are when you are solving a pair of linear equation, if you are finding a infinitely many solution, then you may say that those equations which are representing the lines and those lines are coinciding with one another. If the lines are coinciding, you may say that the infinitely many solutions are possible with that pair of linear equation. But how to find them? Right? How to find them? Whether they are intersecting, parallel or coinciding. Study that behavior of lines and as well as pair of linear equation by considering the representation of linear equation. Now let us consider the general form. Let a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 is one linear equation with the variable x and y. And let us consider another linear equation a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Now a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2 are the coefficients of linear equation. So let us consider these two as a pair of linear equation. Now when I see these pair of linear equation, if a1 by a2, if it is not equal to b1 by b2 coefficient, then we say that the lines are intersecting lines. Now when the pair of linear equation has a unique solution, we say that the lines are intersecting, right? Now what is that condition to know in the pair of linear equation? The condition is a1 by a2, if it is not equal to b1 by b2, then we say that the lines are intersecting. Now similarly, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 and that is equal to c1 by c2 coefficient, then the lines will be coinciding with one another. Coinciding with one another means nothing but they are having a infinitely many solution. Infinitely many solution. Coefficients will be a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, that is equal to c1 by c2. Right? And if the pair of linear equation has no solution, then we say that the lines are parallel with one another. Now how the coefficients will be? Coefficients will be a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 but not equal to the ratio of c1 and c2. If you all study these coefficients, then you can directly say the behavior of the lines. Once you know the behavior of the lines, you interpret it algebraically, right? So interpretation is nothing but understand this table, graphical representation and algebraic interpretation. Now if the lines are intersecting, then they are having exactly one solution, nothing but unique solution will be present. If the lines are coinciding, then they will have infinitely many solutions. If the lines are parallel with one another, then the pair of linear equation has no solution. So remember this table to study the pair of linear equation.